Hey, want to skip those ads and get early access and bonus episodes of all Banana for Scale shows? Hop on over to truestory.fm/join and discover all the cool perks that come with being a member of the Banana for Scale family. Coming up on The Devil's Details, it's a devil of a time in Eseldorf. The Chronicle of Young Satan, Chapter 4. Good morning, Star, and welcome to another episode of The Devil's Details, a show where we dig up, decipher, dissect, and deconstruct the many forms of the devil. One of my names is Philip Traum. No, Lester Ryan Clark.
And I sometimes go by Philip Traum. What are we doing?
Don't we all go by Philip Traum?
No, I sometimes go by Keenan Diaz.
Yes. And we're just two lost souls hitchhiking down the highway to hell. And we're just two lost souls river rafting down the river Styx. No, it's the river Lethe, the river of forgetfulness.
What is that one?
Lethe, the river of forgetfulness. Okay. But yes, welcome back, folks. This is Chapter 4 of the unpublished work, The Chronicle of Young Satan. Remember, that was where most of the fraudulent published The Mysterious Stranger comes from. And that's where our little claymation clip comes from. That was how we kicked off this season. But I'm very, very excited to get into this chapter. Keenan, what do you remember? What happened last time?
Well, I remember there was a cat and a dog.
Uh-huh.
I love cats.
Cats and dogs sinning together.
Well, there was a cat who was imbued with magical powers, and it gives Ursula, who is Margaret's nursemaid, and live-in sort of all sorts of maid, housekeeper, gives her a couple of coins every day, right? And and they're able to start taking care of Margaret and giving her food and all sorts of stuff like that. And but it's from the devil. Yeah,
or it's from the devil's nephew.
No, that's true.
Right.
And our boy, Theodore, our main character, sees this but isn't able to tell Margaret what's actually happening. And Ursula thinks it's from God, but it's really from the devil's nephew. And he's also not able to tell everybody about this really disturbing incident he has with the local loafer and his dog, and how the local loafer beats the dog, but the dog keeps coming back to him, and how the local loafer falls off a cliff, and the dog goes and tries to get people to save him, but no one listens to him. And he's his only friend as he dies. And maybe it's like a indication of how God treats man and man treats God. But no one will ever know.
Yeah, but that was one of the big examples that young Satan used to make an argument against the moral sense. Right? He says, see, like humans have the moral sense; they know the difference between right and wrong, and they still do wrong. But like this dog here, in all he knows is love and loyalty, and that's why dogs are better than humans in young Satan's view.
Yeah, I don't know where Twain's going to end up on dogs versus cats. I hope he chooses correctly.
We'll be watching, Twain. Yeah, but no. And yeah, so lots of stuff has happened. Satan has kind of been popping in and out of town. And whenever he shows up, he seems to stir things up unintentionally, but then also like it really, really stirs things up. Yeah.
Yeah. Another thing that will come up again in this chapter is that Theodore starts to miss Satan, right? When Satan's gone, he's like, oh, ain't no sunshine when he's gone, ain't no sun when he's away, and
yep.
And can sort of sense when he's around.
Yes. And yeah, so let's get into that. That's how the chapter starts. Quote, "There was a very dull week now, for Satan did not come. Nothing much was going on." To which I say, why the hell are we reading this chapter? No. So the boys, they're missing Satan, like you say, Keenan, and they also can't go see Margaret because remember, her uncle is still in jail for apparently stealing those ducats, right?
Right.
Which he absolutely didn't steal, but which we're a little bit suspicious of Father Adolf for setting him up and getting him arrested. But yeah, so they want to go see Margaret and comfort her, but they can't because the nights are so bright. They're moonlit and starlit, and they might get caught sneaking out. But they do happen to come across Ursula a couple of times as she's walking by the river to, quote, air the cat. I have never heard that phrase. I know exactly what it means, but I have never. I was like, oh, it's like while you're up, why don't you go air the dog?
It sounds like it's because the cat's smelly, but cats don't smell, so no. I don't know what we're talking about.
Yeah.
Take that cat out and get rid of its stank.
like air the cat, like give it some fresh air, I assume, right? Yeah. Again, right? I'm going to go air my shoes. Like that makes sense.
Right, yes.
Yeah. But yeah, they learn that Margaret's doing well. Wilhelm Meidling is keeping her company. She's been visiting her uncle in jail and fattening him up with the cat's contributions. Remember, the cat is able to produce money. And Margaret is curious about Philip Traum. She wants to know more about him, hopes that Theodore will bring him around again. Ursula is also curious, asking a lot of questions about Satan's uncle, which the boys find funny because they know the whole story that Satan had been feeding her is nonsense. Well, I mean, not really nonsense. It's kind of like, oh, he has a business down in the tropics, right?
Yeah. It's lies of omission, though, I would say.
Creative truth-telling.
Right.
Yeah. But yeah, then Ursula drops a little piece of news, almost, trying to play it casual, but she's clearly very pleased with herself. She has hired a servant boy to help around the house. And you can tell that she thinks this is a really big deal, right? Like she's staff, but she has hired staff.
Right.
Right.
It's kind of like she has graduated because they have money. She's graduated into family.
Yes.
And which is true. I mean, she is the nursemaid. She's been with Margaret since she was a child, etc. But now she can properly see I'm taking care of the family. I'm the income earner. I'm the one doing this.
Right. She's not the Mrs. Potts. She's the who's the main person in Annie?
In Annie?
Yeah.
Annie is the main person in Annie. I would say
the one who introduced it's like when you wake, ring for Drake. Drake will bring your tray. Who sings that?
Oh my! I am not familiar enough.
Okay.
She's
the boss maid. She and she gets to boss other maids around. There.
Well, that's great. Okay, good.
Yes.
I'm glad that character exists.
Okay, but yeah, so Ursula is really happy because now she has an underling, right?
Right.
And the boy's name is Gottfried Narr.
Gottfried.
I didn't know how we were going to sneak past that. Yeah.
Yeah, his name sounds like, hey, this guy's trouble.
Yeah.
And that's part of the trouble with him is his family background. His name,
Yeah. And that's the boys' reaction. They're like, oh no, right?
Oh no,
because Gottfried is. He's a perfectly fine kid, right?
He's a problem child.
Yes. Yes. He's a foul-mouthed little problem child,
right?
Who repeats everything like a parrot. Yeah. But no, nothing wrong with him personally. But his grandmother was burned as a witch 6 months ago.
Right, yeah. It does sound like, his grandmother's burned a witch in the old country.
Right, his great-great-grand. Yeah,
right, generations ago.
Yeah. But yeah, it was 6 months ago. And in this village, that kind of thing, sticks to it. I think in any village, that kind of thing sticks to a family, right? And Father Adolf, of course, had even gone around town telling people, keep an eye on the Narrs, right?
Yeah, I think you should keep an eye on the Narrs no matter what. It's a terrible, terrible name.
Yeah. Not like Twain style terrible name,
terrible name, yeah. But that's really interesting. Again, small town life, which Twain is writing about from an American perspective, but it does seem to make sense. Like that is the trouble. It is they're like, okay, the Narrs are bad people. They keep getting into trouble. And then we sort of go into it and say oh, that's what happens when your family is accused of being a witch. Somewhere down there, just all of a sudden you start becoming a witch. And then, you're kind of reading between the lines of what Twain is laying out there. I think Twain does a really good job of that. What's happening is that these people are being socially ostracized and then they need to start, living on the edges of society and they're isolated or they start to work weird, odd jobs, maybe, in the gray market or something. And then they kind of become witches.
And I remember hearing that it wasn't dissimilar to that, in real history. Somebody had said something like the pushing of the nuclear family in households, it was a new thing, and it meant that grandma and grandpa were kicked out,
right?
And they had to go fend for themselves in a small town. And exactly as you say, Keenan, they would end up, living at the edge of town and doing whatever, working whatever trade they could, whatever skills they could, which would often be little, Granny can't blacksmith. She can't, she can't cure meats. Right. So she would do these various, maybe she would just give advice or she would tell fortunes, which was still kind of on its way out, but still very much a thing in small towns,
Right.
Or she would help with like these like, folk remedies and stuff, give you some medicine that wasn't, like normal anymore.
Right. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And just being alone and being on the edge of town, like they would go a little, not stir crazy. What would be just crazy with loneliness, right?
Yeah, yeah.
And the kids would, the local kids like Theodore and Seppi and these little pricks would throw rocks at their windows and stuff,
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And play pranks and and do all that stuff.
Yeah, Twain's doing a really good job here of being within Theodore's voice, but still getting across what's actually happening under all this.
Yeah. And like in small towns like this, it's almost like tragedy is contagious, or they think it is, and they don't want to. They don't want to like be around people who are experiencing misfortune.
Mm-hmm. Right.
All right. This is still a big deal. This witch burning, because the witch panic in Eseldorf is at an all-time high now. And it used to be, and I love like Twain saying this through Theodore. He's like, it used to be that witches were mostly old women, but lately it's anyone.
Right. He's what did we say? He's like 12 or something.
Yeah. He's like, children as young.
Right.
And now he's talking about like it could be children as young as 8 or 9, right? So nobody feels safe. Nobody is above suspicion, and the community has been on this like hair trigger lately. Right. And Twain actually illustrates just how bad it has gotten with 2 stories. This is what Theodore recalls, right? The first is about a girls' school 10 miles away. And a nun at the school noticed that one girl's back was red and inflamed and immediately assumed it was the devil's marks.
Right.
The girl begged them not to report her, said it was just fleas. But, of course, that wasn't going to fly. They examined all 50 girls, and 11 of them had similar marks. Those 11 were locked up separately in the dark. They were given black bread, which I should have looked that up. I don't know what that is.
I think it's just bread that's black, right? Well, let's see.
I keep hearing this. I've heard this like all over. Like this is what prisoners get is black bread, black bread and water.
I don't know. When I Google now, it looks delicious. It looks like artisan, like really cool looking dark rye bread.
Okay.
But I'm sure back then.
Why are you complaining, girls?
Yeah, it looks great.
Yeah.
Get your black bread starter. It does look like it's similar. I mean, so. In a very precursory just sort of look here, it does look like we're eating prison bread now, because now it's got high fiber. It's harder to eat. It's like or artisanal, yeah. But
Okay.
back then it was like, this is disgusting stuff. Yeah.
In the same way, I guess that lobsters were like poor people food.
That's what it looks like. I don't know. Maybe
interesting. Okay.
So maybe they're talking about some other kind of black bread.
Okay.
But
Putting a note here to look up black bread so we don't sound like idiots. All right. But yeah, so they're locked up, nothing but black bread and lobster to eat.
Right. Caviar.
Yeah.
That's when Dr. Zoidberg.
No, not caviar, fish eggs.
That's right. Yeah. When Dr. Zoidberg gets $300 on Futurama.
Yeah.
He's trying to be all rich. He's like, I want rich people food, I do. And he says, fish eggs, goose liver, these are the garbage parts of the animal.
Look, I don't understand rich people. But yeah, after 10 days, these poor kids are haggard, they're hollow-eyed, they're barely eating. Then one of them confesses, right? Said they'd ridden on broomsticks to the witch's sabbath, danced with Satan in the mountains, blasphemed God, right? The whole shebang, right?
Right.
And Twain makes sure that you notice, right? She didn't volunteer any of this freely. She couldn't remember any details on her own. The commission fed her every single detail, right? Question by question, from a list written by the Pope 2 centuries earlier. So it's like, did you do this? Yes. Did you do that? Yes. Right? She just, agreed to everything, looking tired and checked out, right?
Yes. That makes so much sense. And then they call that a confession. Right?
Yes. Right.
Yeah.
And that is exactly how it went. Right. And I like that. I shouldn't be surprised, but I'm a little surprised that Twain knew this by his time. Right. Like Salem witch trials to Twain times. Like that's. I mean, it's longer than I think it is, but it still makes me think it's like. Well, dang, like even by then, Twain knew, right?
Right. Everything before the television is old.
Yes, right. It's all in black and white.
All together, right.
And that fits because Twain's always in that white suit, right? But yeah, and then the other 10 heard that she confessed, and they confessed too, right? Then all 11 were burned at the stake, right? everybody came up from miles around to watch, right? Theodore went too, right? Until he saw one of the girls was like someone he used to play with, like a childhood sweetheart, right? And, you know, she's chained to the stake and her mother's, you know, like clinging to her neck, sobbing. It's like, oh my God. And so he leaves, right? And I like...
Yeah, 'cause this is the public execution is part of the entertainment of it. Right. So it's supposed to both like shame you into acting right and also... you know, become some kind of spectacle, like almost like a fair environment, right?
Exactly. People would like have picnics and stuff. Yeah. Then the second story is actually Gottfried's grandmother.
Let me go back a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah, so he sort of says that at the end of that paragraph, the end of that story, and it feels like he assumes he's the only one who feels that way. Like everyone else is like what's wrong with me that I can't enjoy a simple burning of 11 young girls at the stake, right? Yeah.
Yeah. So he feels like the odd one out, and he continues saying it in that way, like describing all these horrible things that the people of Eseldorf do, that he's the weird one for not understanding it and not like being with it. Just like he almost feels sorry. He almost feels bad for feeling sorry for Father Peter, the quote unquote bad priest who said that God loves everybody.
Right. Exactly.
Yeah. But yeah, then the second story is Gottfried's grandmother. It's bitter cold. She was accused of curing headaches by kneading people's heads and necks, right? Which everyone knew was the devil's work. And then when they came to examine her, she just confessed immediately, right? No examination needed, right? And then, you know, she's at the burning, and she's actually like warming herself by the flames before they they really start. And a stranger passing through, he comes up and he's kind to her. He speaks to her gently and he asks if her confession was true, and she said no. Right? And he asks why she confessed. And she explains that if she hadn't confessed, they might have let her go, but then what, right? She'd be the old woman who was suspected of being a witch. No one would hire her. They would set dogs on her in the street, right? And she would eventually starve, right?
Right.
So fire is quicker. She thanks Theodore and this stranger, whom we never hear about again, right? It's not our mysterious stranger.
He's
right?
a mysterious stranger.
He's a mysterious stranger, right? And then the crowd gathers and someone throws an egg at her face and people are laughing. And Theodore tells Satan about both of these things, right? The 11 girls and the grandmother. By the way, right, in the Paine-Duneka version, the 11 girls are just at a regular non-religious girls' school. And instead of nuns, it's just teachers. Don't know why we...
Seems odd, though. Like, did those exist in the same way in Austria in the 1700s?
I don't know.
A lot of education was religious, I thought.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure like nuns and teachers were like teachers was synonymous with nuns. Like if you were of that religion.
Certainly if you're a girl, right?
Yeah, right. So yeah, I like we're gonna see like I'm seeing more of the intention behind Paine-Duneka like in their censoring. And I'm going to talk about that in a little bit. But yeah, so Theodore tells the story about the 11 girls, about Gottfried's grandmother, and Satan is completely unmoved, right? He says it's just the human race, right? And what the human race does is of no consequence to him. He says that when he saw humanity made, it wasn't made of clay, it was made of mud. I loved this little addition, folks. If you followed us this far, this is like my thing. My thesis is it's my favorite kind of like devil motivation characteristic, right? Is him looking at us like these little mud people who are taking our birthright, right?
So he's saying made of clay, not just because like that's like our idea like from our biblical stories, but also because he's made little clay people with them, right?
Right. Like people clay people.
So like those little clay, so he's even saying those little clay people that he helped the boys make in the woods are better than real people.
Right. Or at least comparable. Yeah.
Right.
And
no, because people are made from mud.
Yes.
And I think his little guys are made from clay.
Right. And I think, but I wonder if he means literal mud or if he's saying like, oh, no, it's not just that they're made from earth, they're made from filth. Like they're like the grossest, crudest type of earth, right?
Yeah, pigsty runoff.
Yes, right. Yeah, and Theodore knows exactly what he means, right? He's talking about the moral sense, right? The capacity to know right from wrong, which in Twain's telling we've seen is not the flex that humanity thinks it is.
Right.
If I can use a Gen Z term.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. It's a corruption, right? Satan calls a bullock over from a pasture and points to it. That's just a bull, right?
I think so.
Okay.
We don't know anything about rural living. We're real sorry, everybody.
What's a bullock? Nothing. What's a bullock with you? Yeah.
Yeah, it's a young bull.
Oh. Why not just say young bull?
Why not call her Sandy Bullock? She's an American treasure.
Sandy Bullock and Daniel Webster. Yeah. But no, yeah, calls a bullock over from a pasture and points to it. That animal, he says, would never drive children mad with hunger and fear and then burn them for confessing to things that never happened. It would never break the hearts of innocent old women because it doesn't have the moral sense. It's pure like the angels. Right? Now, the Paine-Duneka version crosses out that word pure. It just says, oh, it's like the angels. All right. So I don't know why. But yeah, Paine and Duneka seem to be wanting to protect religion and protect the church. And we're going to see more examples of that.
Or maybe it's trying to avoid controversy.
Yeah, possibly.
They're trying to sell books here.
No. So yeah, now we get back to the situation with Gottfried. The boy's instinct that this was a bad idea turns out to be correct. When word gets around town that Margaret and Ursula, who supposedly don't have enough to eat themselves, have hired a servant and are living lavishly, people want to know where that money is coming from. So they start befriending Gottfried to pump him for information. And Gottfried, bless his heart, has no idea he is being worked. He tells them everything. They've got plenty of money, he says. He gets paid. I get paid 2 groschen a week. Plus room and board. Right? The prince himself couldn't set a better table. Right.
I don't mean to do math, I guess, but the cat gets 4 groschen a day, I think. Is that how it works? So, does that sound right?
Well, this is why this is unpublished. So wait. He gets paid 2 groschen a week.
Right.
Oh, you're saying they get 4 groschen? Wow, they are really...
So they're getting 28, yeah.
They're... You would think, from humble beginnings, they would, like be a little bit nicer to poor Gottfried here, but
oh, he's very happy though. He's like, I'm rolling in it. Yeah,
they give him, and you get 2 whole groschen. Like, wow, 2 whole groschen.
Yeah, this is one of those things where like they call him a boy, a servant boy. I don't know what that means. That could be 27 or 10 years old. I have no idea how old this guy is.
Boy, as in like the way Robin the Boy Wonder is a boy. He's not a boy,
right?
Right. The way newsies are boys.
That's true.
Right. But yeah, so Father Adolf hears about all this lavishness, and his response in the Chronicle is priceless. He says, "Hell and Flinders," right? This must be looked into, right? So we got Hell's Bells, and now we got Hell and Flinders. Don't know what a Flinder is.
Okay, the Flinders. Let's take a look here. Oh, geez, I don't fragments and splinters. What does that mean?
Oh, okay, like Hell and Splinters.
You say it like you know what that would mean, but
well, no, because it's Hell's Bells doesn't make any more sense.
We looked that up already.
Yeah,
it doesn't mean anything. Yeah,
no, it doesn't mean anything. I think Hell and Flinders because Flinder, it like there was an explosion. It's like hell and storm clouds, hell and hell and rocks, hell and Hunt. Helen Mirren's.
I like that one.
There we go.
Oh, Helen Mirren. That sounds good.
Yeah. But yeah, so he's like, this must be looked into. Again, Helen Flinders is not in the Paine-Duneka version.
Because we didn't know what it meant, right?
but also, we can't have Father Adolf swear, I guess.
I guess so.
Yeah. But
my experience, and I think most people experience, is that Catholic priests swear quite a lot.
Oh, yeah. Right. It's all that wine they drink. Anyway, but yeah, he declares it witchcraft, and he instructs the villagers to quietly resume their friendships with Margaret and Ursula, keep their eyes open, and report back. The villagers are nervous about going into a potentially bewitched house, but Father Adolf assures them they'll be protected, especially if they bring holy water and keep their rosaries handy. So that's enough to convince the decent folks, and they make and to make the nastier ones downright eager. Right?
And I did love Twain's voice. He calls them, through Theodore, he's calling them their beads, like bring their beads over.
Right.
Yeah, this sort of removal from the reverence that you're supposed to be speaking in. Yeah.
Bring your praying beads and your
praying beads
and your God book. and your little guy on the tee. Yeah. So suddenly Margaret has a social life again.
Your little guy on the tee. I just don't know.
It's across from where?
Across from where?
So suddenly Margaret has a social life again, right? And she's thrilled, right? She's just, human, Twain says, and happy in her good fortune and not above showing it off a little, right? So she's grateful to be welcomed back after being shunned. The cat kicks into high gear, right, providing lavish spreads, dishes, and wines. The guests had never even heard of, except secondhand from the prince's servants. The tableware is very fancy too, and all of these guests are secretly spies, reporting everything back to Father Adolf. Right. Margaret does get a little uneasy and keeps pressing Ursula with questions about where this is all coming from. So she's completely innocent. Ursula holds firm. It's Providence, capital P Providence. Right. She never mentions the cat, which I think Theodore mentioned in that chapter. She even suspects that it's a devil cat, but she's like, that's fine. Like, we're getting stuff now.
Yeah. But it's, I don't know. Like I do. It is Ursula's fault. Like she's definitely falling.
Well,
for it.
it's Satan's fault. Let's
sure.
Sure.
But there is something about like, well, I'm a good person, and so this can't be bad. Like I am. What's the word? Devout and prayerful, and I'm only using it for good. Right? You can kind of see how people can trick themselves into this. Yeah.
Yeah. And that's when Frodo speaks up from the back of the crowd, and he's like, I will take the cat to Mordor. But Boromir's like, no, this cat can be used for good.
That's right.
And Gandalf's like, nobody can use this cat.
I know all three of those characters. You could have like worked in another one. Yeah, like
and then Tinglewhipple.
Yeah, Tinglewipple and Filmspig.
Yeah. What?
Filmspig and Tinglewipple.
Filmspig. Okay, great.
I was waiting.
And me, Gottfried Narr.
Right, the perpetual boy.
Yeah. I'm the comedy relief. Even though there's like 7 comedy reliefs in that whole.
Yeah. Pippin and Merrin and
Pippi and Merrin.
Pippi. Right, Pippi and Helen Mirren. They're hilarious.
Yeah, even Elfrond is funny at times. Anyway, none of them are here. It's just this cat.
Okay, good. Agnes.
Yes, right. Remember, folks, Sauron was going to be a cat in the first draft.
That's right. He
was going to be Tevildo, the Prince of Cat.
Yes, delightful cat.
But yeah, no, we got this cat, Agnes. And yeah, Agnes just kind of quietly keeps doing her thing, right? Giving the family more and more riches, right? And Twain pauses here for one of his more compassionate observations. He says that in any community, there are always people who aren't cruel by nature, who only do unkind things when they're overmastered by fear or self-interest. Eseldorf has those people too, but these aren't ordinary times. The witch panic has overwhelmed everybody's better instincts. People who feel sorry for Margaret and Ursula don't dare say anything, right? Just like our boy Theodore. The boys want to warn them, but can't bring themselves to do it. They're afraid that Father Adolf will find out. And Theodore admits it plainly. They weren't manly enough or brave enough to do the right thing when it might have cost them something. So nobody confessed this to each other. They just kind of, changed the subject, and they all sat there eating Margaret's food, complimenting her, watching her beam with happiness, and they felt rotten about it. So, okay, before we continue, Keenan, was this Satan's plan? Is everything going according to young Satan's plan? Or is this just like did he just like set something in motion and he's like completely forgotten about it?
Satan keeps pretending like he doesn't have a plan, that he couldn't be bothered to worry about whether 2 ants who are fighting are mad at each other or whatever. Like, so I don't know. Like, I don't see so far, just reading it chapter by chapter, I don't see this young Satan as caring about what happens to these people at all. But he's about to get involved.
Yes.
And that makes that a little bit complicated. But then he goes back to just being like, who cares?
Yeah. It seems like it keeps on almost becoming one of those fairy tales where like Satan is our buddy Old Scratch from Devil and Daniel Webster, or All That Money Can Buy, where he's like, I'm gonna stir up some trouble, or I'm like a good fairy godmother who's going to teach this town a lesson about like empathy and compassion, and so this has been set in motion, and then he's gonna, I don't know, show up at the end and see it's like, now all of you, like if you had like walked a mile in somebody else's shoes, in Margaret's shoes, then you would have understood. But like so far, he doesn't seem to care about it at all. No,
not at all. But yeah, so that makes what he does at Margaret's house a little unusual. But we'll see. Yeah.
But yeah, meanwhile, Father Adolf is baffled, right? He can't figure out who's doing this magic, right? Because no one is doing anything magical. And I really like how Twain explains it here. He says, he goes into Father Adolf's head for a bit, and he's like, well, it can't be witchcraft because there's no incantations, there's no earthquakes, there's no apparitions, right? And enchanted things are supposed to be unreal, right? Gold turns into dirt, food withers into ashes and vanishes, right? But the spies bring samples of Margaret's food and wine back for him to test, and he prays over them, he exercises them, and they just stay real, right? They rot on a normal schedule like ordinary food, right? He's almost convinced himself there's no witchcraft at all, but it could be, and then this is the last conclusion he comes up with. It's like, unless it's a new kind of witchcraft.
Yeah, because I don't know. I don't think we've heard so far about his success with catching witches. You know, like we don't get an anecdote there about him, catching them. He's
right.
very famously interacted with the devil and survived.
Right.
Right. But does he? Has he? If he is a successful witch catcher in this world, he has been killing innocent people.
Yes.
So this is the first time he's presented with real witchcraft, and he's like, I've never seen anything like this.
Yeah.
Right. There's not the telltale signs of me being a total asshole and bumbling this all up.
Right. And let's just throw caution to the wind and expand upon that and say that not just in the story, but throughout history, any successful witch catchers just killed innocent people.
Just killed innocent people, right?
Yeah. No witches were burned. No, witches were hanged. It was just people.
Right.
Yeah. But yeah, we're gonna come back to this idea of like, oh, it's not like regular witchcraft. Once he shows up again, right?
Right.
So yeah. So speaking of which, right, Margaret announces a party for 40 guests in a week's time, right? And Father Adolf sees his opening, right? He has the house watched around the clock all week. Nobody brings anything in. Margaret goes out with a basket every evening and comes back with it empty. No provisions for 40 people are arriving from outside. And then the party day comes. The guests fill the house. Father Adolf arrives uninvited. The food and wine are flowing. Everything is fresh and perfect. No thunder, no apparitions. And that's his proof. This is witchcraft. And this is what we just had a paragraph where he's like, this isn't like normal witchcraft at all. There's no like visual or audible evidence. Unless it's a different kind. And then he's like, and then he goes to the party and he's like, yeah, there's no evidence of witchcraft. That's the proof that this is witchcraft. Like,
yeah. Now he's figured out how to be a good witch catcher. Just make no sense whatsoever. And randomly accuse people of anything.
Right? Yeah. So brand new, never before seen witchcraft. Right. And he's the one who discovered it. Right. He almost gets giddy imagining the fame this is going to bring him. Right. His name will ring throughout the world. Right. And yeah, he sits down. He gets served. He blesses the wine with holy water and says grace. And then he digs in with great appetite. Twain says. Okay, so this is the part where Paine-Duneka bring up the astrologer again. And it's just very, very random. It's like the astrologer followed after, uninvited, of course. And he sits down. So Father Adolf, and he's going to be doing all of the things that Father Adolf does in this scene. The astrologer does. But Father Adolf's still there. The change is so minimal. It's like, and then everybody gathered for the party. Father Adolf showed up uninvited. And instead, in The Mysterious Stranger, it's like, and everybody gathered for the party, including Father Adolf. The astrologer followed uninvited. And it's like, why? Like, why do you got this astrologer?
Right. Yeah. Why is the church working with this wizard?
And I think it's just to shield Father Adolf from what's about to happen and also make him less of a bad guy.
Okay.
But I don't know. But yeah, so Father Adolf starts eating. Satan arrives. Theodore even feels it before he sees him. Right. Satan apologizes for intruding. He starts to leave, but Margaret insists that he stay, introduces him around. Everybody's whispering about the beautiful young stranger that they've heard so much about but never seen, Philip Traum, right? And someone actually notes that Traum means dream in German, and I was mad as all heck when I read that in the fraud version. I was like, Paine-Duneka, you didn't have to do that, but it's in Twain's writing as well. So
right, yeah.
So even Twain was like, oh, did you know Traum means dream? Right.
It is strange. I mean, I don't know. Like, would you be like, oh, our friend Philip Farmer comes over? Did you know that farmer means farmer?
Yeah,
in the language that we speak.
Yeah, also that. Yeah, right. But like, even if they were speaking English and it wasn't German, and he comes up, the Philip Traum, like nobody in real life says that, right? And especially like in fiction, nobody like Hannibal Lecter's not like, you see, Clarice, The lamb is metaphorical. It's already gone. It's dead. It's the literal lamb is in your past, but you're trying to silence the screaming of this little lamb. What's her name? What's the kidnapped girl's name?
Catherine.
Catherine. See, she's a lamb.
Right.
Yeah.
Yes, let us fly, 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 little starling.
Yes.
The starling is a bird, and that is your last name.
Dr. Lecter, I already know. Fly, fly, fly. Fly, fly, fly. Yes. Yeah. So nobody says that, right? Like Traum means dream, right? Whatever. But yeah, someone else says that he's studying for the ministry. His face is his fortune. He'll be a cardinal someday because he's handsome.
Because he's a bird.
Fly, fly, fly. But yeah, a coolness settles over the room when Satan enters. It's fresh and it's pleasant, though nobody can explain why. But yeah, Father Adolf is on his third beaker of wine, where when he accidentally knocks over the bottle, he catches it very quickly. He holds it up. He says, "Oh, what a pity! It is royal wine." And then something shifts in his face. It's like maybe a look of joy or triumph, and he calls for a bowl, a 4-quart bowl, right? Very specific, powerful, specific, right? And he picks up the 2-pint bottle, and he starts to pour, and he keeps pouring. The wine gurgles and rises and fills the bottle to the brim, or fills the bowl to the brim, and he holds up the bottle still full. And Theodore, at this point, glances at Satan, and Satan vanishes. Father Adolf leaps up, flushed and thundering, and he says, "This house is bewitched and accursed." People scream. They start rushing for the door, and Father Adolf can be heard. He says, "I summon this detected household to..." And then Satan, as a transparent film, slides into Father Adolf's body.
I wonder what the hell that means for a 1700s person, like...
Transparent film?
Yes, like
Like the film over somebody's eye. Like a substance, not like film, but like...
No. But when I think of like a film, I'll think of like a tiny little layer, like... I hadn't thought about over the eye. That makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
I was thinking about oil on water or something like that.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
So just kind of what he's thinking, yeah.
Yeah, right. A transparent film, right? And he slides into Father Adolf's body, and in Father Adolf's own voice, he says, "Wait, remain where you are." Everybody freezes. He calls for a funnel this time, right? He takes the bowl, and he pours all the wine back into the bottle, right? The already full bottle, right? And then he empties the entire bowl into it. Then he smiles around the room, and he says, indifferently, "It is nothing. Anybody can do it." The room erupts. It's like, oh my God, he is possessed. Everybody stampedes for the door. The whole party empties out except for the boys and Wilhelm. The boys know what's happening and wish they could explain, but they can't. Again, this whole thing is the astrologer doing this.
Oh, right.
He came to the party uninvited. Where's Father Adolf, Paine-Duneka? Like, what happened to him? All right.
So if it's an astrologer doing this, then I don't know. You might assume, this is just a magic trick, like an illusion.
Yeah, right. And he's bragging about like how powerful he is, right?
Right. But here, people are freaking out pretty immediately.
Yeah.
It sounds like, yeah.
But if it's the astrologer, why are people freaking out? Paine-Duneka.
Right.
He's a magic guy. But yeah, Margaret is pale and crying. Wilhelm looks petrified. Ursula too. Gottfried can barely stand. He's of a witch family, and the last thing he needs is to be caught up in a priest possession situation, right? And then the cat Agnes comes, quote, loafing in. I like Twain's word there, because cats look like loafs sometimes.
Yeah, I wonder. That's a pretty common phrase now. I wonder if that's what Twain means. That it's got all its legs under it and looks like a loaf. Looks like a black loaf of bread.
Yeah, right. She tries to rub up against Ursula, who she kind of like shies away from her nervously, but also tries not to be rude about it, because you don't want to
Ursula is shying away from the cat.
Yes. Right. Yes. Right. But you don't want to like piss off a possible devil cat. Right.
Right. But it was just want to be. She started to, I guess, admit to herself that this is the cat's fault. Like whatever magic is here probably has to do with the magic that has helped her out for the past month.
Yeah. There must have been some magic in that old loaf cat they found. That's Frosty the Snowman.
Frosty the Snowman.
Okay. But yeah, but the boys, they have no trouble petting Agnes, right? They know that this is all Satan, right? And also they know that Satan likes this cat, so it's like, oh, that means she's good people.
That's true, because we keep saying, even though we talked about this last week, that to Agnes we're talking about the magic cat, but we know that the cat is not magical. It's just a cat that she found, right?
It doesn't even have its spines going inward or outward. It's just like a normal cat.
Right, just a normal cat. Yeah. I hope this cat gets away with all this. Yeah.
Yeah. Right. That would be actually. Yeah. Now that I think about it, I hope it doesn't get burned as a cat witch.
I guess we burned 12 people at the stake so far, but again, worried about this cat.
But no, I mean, if Satan's history with hijacking animals and them catching all the blame for it is anything to go by, right? Like the snake in the Garden of Eden, right? Yeah. Especially in Milton's version, right? He basically possessed the snake, right?
Right, yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, outside, the guests are flying in every direction, screaming and sobbing, telling everyone they pass that Father Adolf is possessed by a devil. The whole village pours into the street, and then Father Adolf himself appears, and the crowd parts like the Red Sea. He strides through, muttering to himself, and the people press back in silence, staring. Several women are fainting. Then he's gone, and the crowd closes back up and follows at a distance, right? Already trading stories, right? Which grow with each telling until the bowl of wine has become a barrel, right? Father Adolf walks straight up to a juggler in the market square. He takes his 3 brass balls away from him. And he tells the crowd to watch a real master, a real expert. And he starts tossing them, tossing the juggler's balls, and adding more balls from nowhere, faster and faster, until there are 100 of them spinning in this gleaming oval 20 feet in the air. Then he folds his arms and tells them to keep spinning without him. And they do. And after a minute, he says, "That'll do." That'll do, balls. Yeah. And the oval breaks and the balls scatter everywhere and nobody will touch them. And he laughs at the crowd and he calls them cowards and old women, right? And then he spots a tightrope walker and he dismisses the performer as a clumsy amateur. And he makes a single leap and lands on the rope and he hops the whole length of the rope on one foot with his hands over his eyes. And he throws 27 somersaults backward and forward. The crowd is scandalized. This is a priest. But, he doesn't care. He springs down and he walks up the road and he turns a corner and he's gone.
Did towns like this in Europe during the Renaissance just have tightrope walkers and jugglers and stuff hanging around? And
I don't think Twain knows.
Because I'm interested. That just paints a very different picture of this town than I've had before this chapter.
I saw this as less Renaissance and more Middle Ages, where everything was covered in shit.
Yeah, because it's the boonies. The Renaissance, even if it's in Vienna, would not make its way to Eseldorf, I think, right?
Yeah, but here it's like it's a fair day, and there's a juggler, and there's a tightrope walker, and
that is just interesting. Yeah, that's just not what I imagined. Like just walking down the street, you would see that in this town.
Yeah, and also, why aren't the juggler and the tightrope walker at Margaret's having the big old party?
Simply everyone is there. Yeah. Anyone is anyone.
Father Adolf showed up uninvited, so
That's right.
And even a character that doesn't exist is there, the astrologer, right? But yeah, and again, all of this is the astrologer. He's the one who juggled the balls and walked the tightrope, and then he hops down and he walks away, right?
Right. It's a tightrope you got to walk to juggle that many balls.
Yep. And not drop any of them. I don't know what that adds. But yeah, the crowd stands there in this stunned silence, looking at each other like, did that just happen? Was it real? Everybody drifts home in pairs, talking quietly, leaning close, touching each other's arms the way you do after, something has shaken you badly, right? And the boys follow their fathers home and they listen to the adults talk, right? The mood is dire, right? Something unprecedented has happened, right? A devil has laid hands on an anointed priest or an astrologer. Who should be of no he works with devils and goblins and stuff. So why is that a big deal?
Right.
But yeah, so in the correct version, it's a priest, right? And he was wearing his crucifix. Everyone saw it, but it didn't matter, right? Their protection has failed, right? God has forsaken them, right? Nicolaus's father, the judge, says that people will realize this and despair will destroy their will to act. Vollmeyer, Seppi's father, worries that the village will be shunned, which means the Golden Stag Inn will go under. And then Theodor's father, right, the organist, names the worst possible outcome, right? The interdict.
I'm sorry?
We after the brass balls and the tight rope, comes the interdict.
I guess I just did not read it that way in my head.
Okay. Well, how did you read it?
I guess I just corrected it to interdict, but I guess I don't know. I guess I don't know.
Interdict?
Mm-hmm. Interdict.
Interdict.
Because I guess I was trying not to do what we're doing right now.
Oh, okay.
Well, yes. Okay, so.
Okay, but when you read this, did you understand what it was?
Some kind of like formal. Some kind of formal ban or some kind of formal, like, the laws on us now, right?
Yeah. When I first read it, I thought they were talking about the devil.
Aha.
Because there is, like, in a Stephen King story, the priest talks about you got to watch out for the interloper. And, like, capital I, interloper, and he's talking about Satan. And so I thought, oh, the interdict, like is that just like, the inter something? Like, is that just like their way of saying the devil without the devil?
Right, okay.
But I did some digging. I think what it means is that the church could formally cut off the entire village from sacraments.
Right, that's what I understand, yeah.
So, like, no masses, no last rites, no baptisms, right? And this, hits them like a thunderclap, right?
Right. Nobody expects the Austrian interdiction.
Yes. They'll make them sit in that comfy chair. Right. But yeah, so they discuss what to do. The witch commission should summon Father Adolf and put him on trial, but nobody wants to be the one to push for it, because if Father Adolf survives the stake, he'll know who reported him and he'll destroy that person. This just kind of like goes to show like the fear they have of Father Adolf, right?
Right, but it also shows to like what I understand of witch trials is that they often were successful against the most marginalized people in whatever community they were in.
Right.
Like you wouldn't go after the mayor's wife. You would go after the people who live far out in the boonies and you don't have a lot of access to legal rights or money.
Right. Even in the Crucible, Abigail, she goes a little bit too far and she accuses Reverend Hale's wife.
Right.
And Judge Danforth, even like it's this little scene, but it tells so much. He says, "I believe you are mistaken, child." And it's like, and that's when you realize, like, oh, he knows too. He knows this is all malarkey. Right? Yeah. But yeah, be careful who you accuse. Like, only accuse the ones of no consequence, I guess.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah,
that's what Verbal Kitten says about Kaiser Soze is, how do you stab the devil in the back? What have you missed?
Wait, say that again?
You don't know this?
No.
The greatest trick the devil ever played was convincing the world didn't exist.
Yes.
Movie
I know
Usual
that part.
Suspects. Yeah. So he says, how do you stab the devil in the back? What if you miss? What if you go after the devil and then you don't kill him? He's
Right.
strong. Yeah.
Now he's mad.
Right. Now he's mad. He's pissed.
Yeah. Yeah. There was a comedian, I forget who it was, but she was talking about having like roaches in her New York apartment, and they were big roaches that she couldn't squish with a little tissue. And somebody in the audience was like, "Use a brick, because this is New York." And she's like, "Well, no, I'm not going to do that, because if I miss, now the roach has a weapon." and I got to be like, "Oh, sorry, I was just building your house and that slipped."
Yeah, they're just loose bricks hanging around in New York City places. Maybe that guy sells bricks.
Yes. Right. But yeah, so everybody's talking, until late afternoon, and they can't agree on anything, right? They can't like whether or not they should report Father Adolf or not, right? But Theodore, he slips out and he heads to Margaret's. The village streets are very eerie right now. People walking like zombies. They're white-faced, lips moving, but saying nothing, wringing their hands without even realizing it, right? So everybody is properly shook by what Father Adolf did, right? And yeah, even at Margaret's, it's like a funeral, right? Like she and Wilhelm are on the sofa, not talking, not even holding hands. Her eyes are red. She says that she's been begging Wilhelm to leave and to save himself, right? Because the house is a witched house and everybody in it is going to burn. Wilhelm refuses. He's not going to leave her, right? He's idling. Wilhelm idling. That's his last name.
Oh, his name means hanging around and not doing much.
Yeah. And Traum means
in
dream.
German, right.
Yeah. That's German for the Wilhelm. The. Yeah. But no, then there's a knock at the door, and Satan comes in. Hey,
everybody. Hey, Satan.
Everybody loves Satan. But yeah, he's fresh, he's cheerful, he's beautiful, bringing that like cool atmosphere of his. Not cool like well, I guess also cool like It's like, hey, it's like the Fonz, but like also cool, like comfortable, right?
Yeah, he's got a beautiful face. He should be a cardinal.
Yeah,
Come on in, yeah.
And the whole scene transforms. He doesn't mention what happened. He doesn't say a word about any of it, right? Just starts talking, just bright and easy about anything and everything, and then he turns the subject to music. Right, and this is a very smart move, Theodore thinks, because Margaret lights up, and William notices that she's a little too lit up, and he doesn't love that. Then Satan moves on to poetry, and he recites some very beautifully, and again, Margaret is delighted, and again, Wilhelm is not. Margaret catches it this time, and she, feels bad about it. She says warmly, "Oh, Wilhelm writes poetry, and I think it is beautiful." And she convinces him to read one. And it's a poem about a girl kidnapped by bandits, but her lover, who races through a storm to rescue her, fights them off, kills several of them, but dies himself just as the morning sun comes up. Right? It's very moving, and Wilhelm reads it very well. And both Margaret and Satan praise it very sincerely, like Satan is like actually praising it, honestly. Then Margaret suggests the two of them play chess. She's very proud of Wilhelm. He's the regional chess champion, right? He actually famously gives lesser players a handicap. Theodore privately thinks this is going to be a mistake.
But doesn't do anything or
doesn't say anything. Again, he can't, right? He can't speak, right? But Satan says that he'd be very happy to play. In fact, to be sporting about it, he'll play both of them at once, which I think he means Margaret and Wilhelm.
Yeah, that they're on the same team.
Yeah,
not that he turns the board into two boards or something.
See, I was like, when I first read that, I was like, ooh, very impressive, Twain. But it's like, okay, so now you're doing like what I do with board games with my mom and my dad. They're basically on one team, right? Because neither of them understand the rules. No. But yeah, Satan says he'd be happy to play.
Let me go back for a second. Yeah. So my sister always tries to get my parents and I together and do board games, and some of them are very fun, but she tries to do new ones. So she introduced a version of Uno to us. It's a Super Mario Brothers Uno.
Oh, okay.
And it confused the hell out of my parents. It was essentially the exact same as Uno. But they would flip it over and it'd be like Waluigi, and they're like, "Who's this guy?" And like, it's Waluigi. He's Luigi's Bizarro clone person or whatever. And they were like, "So what does that mean? Like, that doesn't mean anything." He's a 7 or whatever the number is. Okay, who's this? Who's this? Donkey Kong? No, it's Diddy Kong. What's that mean?
What's the significance? I love that.
Yeah, so that took a very long time.
So wait, what do you say when you only have one card? Do you still say Uno?
I don't know. I guess you should have that like drowning music. That's the scariest music in any video game ever.
Oh yeah,
when Mario's drowning.
Yeah.
Yeah, you say Uno.
Okay. So really, there is no change.
Well, I'll tell you, there is one change. That there's a card that is the invincibility star, and I think there's only one in the deck, or maybe two.
Oh, okay.
So if you get, if someone plays a pick up 2 cards or pick up 4 cards to you, and you have that card, you can bounce it back to them.
Okay. So it's an Uno reverse.
That's the only card. It's like a little shield. But that's the only difference.
But that's not different because that's exactly what an Uno reverse is.
Well, no. It's like you. No, a reverse isn't a shield.
But you're saying that if somebody played, it's like, now you got to draw 2 cards.
Right.
And if I play the star,
right.
Now they have to draw 2 cards.
Right. That's not how a reverse works in Uno.
That is how a Uno reverse works.
Oh, you're one of these. You've made up your own rules and don't realize it. That's a house rule.
Oh, okay. Fine.
So, anyways, Uno learned your house rule at the Clark house, and then it was like, we're stealing that because we're Uno.
Okay.
You're not, and we made it into Mario Brothers and confused my parents. Yeah.
Okay, perfect.
Yeah, like, who's that? Oh, is that Princess Peach? No, it's Princess Daisy. Why are there 2 princesses? Where is she from? She's from Super Mario Brothers.
That's the only one. No. You're thinking of Mario Brothers. I love that your parents. I'm assuming they know how to play regular Uno.
Yes.
That's the funniest thing. It's just the pictures changed on the thing, and it's
a pretty easy game to understand. Yeah,
I love that. We actually have, speaking of chess, like at my school, we have a little Mario Brothers chess
that is cool
board, right? And it's like, and so all the pawns on the Mario side are little coins, and all the pawns on the Koopa side are little turtle shells.
Excellent.
And yeah, that would be like well, then what is this guy? Oh, he's a Magic Koopa. He's the bishop. What does the Magic Koopa do? He's the bishop. He's the bishop.
He can shoot lasers.
Yeah. What's this guy? He's a Bullet Bill. He's the knight. What does a Bullet Bill do? He does exactly what the knight does.
That's excellent. That would make me want to play chess again for sure.
Yeah. But yeah. So Margaret suggests that they play chess, and they got none of that fancy stuff there. It's just regular chess.
Good, regular chess.
Yeah. But yeah. So they're playing, and at the couple's 9th move, Satan says, "There, the game is mine. Checkmate in 19 moves. Shall we play again?" Right. So he's already seen their checkmate 19 moves ahead.
Right. Which is how you're supposed to be, I guess. If you're a real chess player, you know that kind of thing, I suppose.
Or a devil. Or an angel, I guess. Right? But yeah, Wilhelm tells him, not so fast. Let's see about that. Satan says it's not a possibility. It's a certainty. Right? But Wilhelm insists that they keep playing. And Satan's like, all right, well, it's just a waste of time. Right? Yeah, so Satan moves, and Wilhelm and Margaret, they huddle, they discuss. They think they remember the Magic Koopa from Super Mario Brothers 1, but they can't be sure.
Can't remember, right?
No. But no. And they finally make their move. Satan says, you're worse off now. Checkmate in 14. Wilhelm says nothing. He just bites his lip. They play on. It's checkmate in 11, then 7. Finally, Wilhelm is mated. I didn't think when I was writing that.
Right in front of his girlfriend?
Yeah.
But I do love it. Like, he is Satan is like, okay, it's over. Like, good game. This is wonderful, right? And
he's like, let's play another, right?
Right. Not being too, not like booyah or whatever. He's like, great, wonderful. But then the harder he fights, the worse he's playing. Wilhelm's playing, right? So he's getting worse and worse and worse. I love it. And Twain does a really good job of just making that have that ironic sort of detachment to it that we know that Wilhelm must be like just furious inside.
And he's trying to keep his cool, and it's very, very obvious that he's just like boiling. Right. Yeah. But yeah, he concedes gracefully, says he believes that Satan is stronger than him, and adds with some pointed irony, particularly in guessing, meaning the checkmate predictions, right? Satan says nothing, right? Wilhelm asks for odds of a knight. He loses. Now, okay, what does this mean? He asks for odds of.
Hey, man, you invited me on this show. I don't know. I was hoping you would tell me.
But that's what I think. Okay, I think it means that Wilhelm attempts to take Satan's knight and loses.
Okay,
and then he attempts to take both knights. Oh no! I think he tries his knight and he loses, and then he tries and then he tries both knights and loses. No.
I think I've never won a game of chess, so this other thing they're doing on top of chess is completely beyond me.
Yeah. Asks for odds. Like, what are the odds on Blue Spirit?
Yeah, shouldn't the answer be like 2 to 3 or something? Like, well, I don't know what they're doing. I have no idea what's happening.
Someone has attempted something with the knights, and it has gone badly for Wilhelm. All times, right? And yeah, Wilhelm gets so frustrated that he says sarcastically, "Oh, maybe you could even give away your queen and still beat me," right? And Satan says, "Yes, let's try."
Sure.
And he beats him again, right? Margaret, seeing the situation deteriorating, steers everyone towards music to save the peace, right? And if we weren't sure this was a Twain piece, this is how the next part begins. By and by, Margaret said, which has never been uttered in association with 18th century Austria.
That's right.
By and by, Margaret said. But yeah, she says, surely, with your knowledge of music, you must be able to play. You do play, don't you? Oh, certainly, said Satan. I am a good player. It was strange the way he could say such things as that and not exasperate people. It didn't seem conceited in him any more than it would seem conceited in a fish to say, yes, I am a good swimmer. Then do play something. The spinet is old and jingly-jangly and a little out of tune, but you won't mind that, will you? Oh, no, I can make it musical. Let me see. What shall I play? And here he turns to Theodore and he says, hey, Theodore, you remember how we first entered this house way back in, what was it, chapter 2? Mm-hmm. And Theodore's like, I don't know what you're getting at, Satan. And Satan says, we climb down the chimney, put up the brightest string of light I've ever seen.
Oh, God.
No. Margaret said, we need a little music right this very minute.
No.
It hasn't snowed a single flurry, but Satan, dear, we're in a hurry.
Oh, God. You know this song very well.
No. Okay. So actually what he's going to sing, he's going to make a song out of the poem that Wilhelm wrote, right?
To improvise it, yeah.
Exactly, yeah. He's going to chase the bandits and rescue the girl, right? Mm-hmm. Oh, that will be lovely. But can you make it up as you go along? Mm-hmm. Yes, that is easy. Mm-hmm. Right? Oh, boy. But yeah, Theodore says, I was in raptures to see him show off so. It was a great long poem, and just the thing. He sat down, and his fingers began to glide up and down the keys. It was a wonder to look at those two people sitting there, their lips parted, and their breath hardly coming, the picture of astonishment. For this was no music such as they had ever heard before. It was not one instrument talking. It was a whole, vague, dreamy, far-off orchestra, flutes and violins and silver horns and drums and cymbals, and all manner of other instruments blending their soft tones in one rich stream of harmony. And it was mournful and touching, for this was the lover realizing his loss. Then Satan began to chant the words of that poor fellow's lament, gentle and low, and the water rose in those two people's eyes. For they had heard no voice like that before, nor had anyone heard the like of it except in heaven, where it came from. Little by little, the music and the singing rose louder out of the distance. The lover was coming. He was on his way, and ever the singing and the music grew, and the storm began to gather and move toward us, with the wind sighing, the thunder muttering, and the lightning playing, and on it came, just as if you could see it, and see the lover's horse racing and straining down in the pursuing front of it, and so, with a boom and a roar and a crash, it burst upon us in one final grand explosion of noble sounds. And then the battle began. The victory was won. The storm passed. The morning came, and the lover lay dying in the maiden's arms, with her tears falling upon his face, and the precious music of her endearments fading upon his ear. And then it's over, and Satan is gone, right? The room is silent. Everyone is stunned, trying to, hold on to the details of what they just experienced. Eventually, Margaret gets up, and she drifts to the spinet, and she touches a chord. The old tinkle jangle comes out. And
at this point, it's a tinkle tankle.
Yeah.
So earlier it was a jingle jangle.
Right. But she turns away with a sigh and she says, how did he do it? And Wilhelm says, and how did he remember the long poem and never miss a word? I think he is the devil. You're right.
No, you're wrong. He's a
actually,
devil.
No, you're not. Yeah. But yeah, Margaret says, or an angel.
You're right.
You're right. But yeah, then she turns to Theodore. She's like, tell me about him, Theodore. Tell me everything you know. But Theodore makes excuses, right? He'll be punished if he's not home for supper, and he slips away. And that is the end of the chapter.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so he kind of that great scene in Amadeus, right, where Salieri is asking Mozart to play Salieri, and he kind of is like oh, it's like this, right? Oh no, you know what it's more like actually is when Salieri gives him his music and he plays it and is like,
yes.
Oh, this is not bad, and then he's like, what if we did it this way? Oh, that's much better, isn't it? Because that one's better because he's actually helping him. He's like,
right.
Hey, what do you think about this? And everyone's like, oh wow, that's really nice of you to have played my piece that way, right? But Salieri hates him, of course.
Yeah, it was what was it? It was to welcome the emperor in, right? Oh no, it was to welcome Mozart in. It was like a welcoming tune, and then he sits down and he plays it. And my favorite bit is so he improves it, and then he keeps going, and then he's like, the rest is just the same, isn't it?
Which is not a dig.
No,
that is just I'm a fish, I swim, right?
Yeah.
The rest is the same. You just do that. Yeah, you can do that forever. It's wonderful.
You just keep doing this stupid little tune over and over, right?
But that's what I was reminded of that because Mozart is not in that scene. He is not
trying to be mean.
He's not boasting. He's not like I am God's great hand of music, etc. But that's how Salieri reads it, right?
Yeah. And this actually does remind me very much of that, right?
Right. Because Wilhelm hates this guy.
He really does not like this guy. And Satan is completely unaware. Satan doesn't want Margaret.
No, not at all, right?
He's just being Satan.
She's a mud lady, yeah.
Yeah, right.
And this is a very Twain ending here.
Mm-hmm,
So they're all like looking at Tador and like, tell us, let us know about this. And he says, but I got away, saying I should be punished if I was not home to supper, which is a very like Huckleberry Finn thing of like, well, I've got to get it going. The adults are in control of my life. It's just little old me.
Mm-hmm. It's very like, oh, we were just talking about, heaven and hell and the devil, but Ma will whoop me if
I'm just a little Huckleberry.
Yeah. I don't know anything else. Yeah. I got to get home by and by. Yeah. But no, what did we think of this chapter and our and Father Adolf and Satan showing up and stirring more stuff up?
Yeah, the first half with all the witchcraft stuff is so interesting and feels so perceptive and modern.
Mm-hmm.
And I know that part of the reason why we haven't quite covered, witch trials on our show is because they're so vast and gigantic. And it feels like you do a whole show on that, so we're not really sure like how to start biting that apple, I guess.
It would have to be a whole season.
At least. Yeah.
With the tip of the iceberg being, well, like the Salem witch trials, and then the tip of that would be like our final thing would be like the Crucible.
Right, and that's just one instance of witch burnings, So
not even burnings, that was hangings.
They were hanging, they were pressed. They're hanging, they were pressed. Yes, right. But like,
okay. The rest is just the same, isn't it?
But that's super interesting stuff, and then the second half with Satan. I don't know how this is supposed to play out with Father Adolf. They saw him possessed. I don't know what's going to happen here. So I really have no idea where the story's going.
If he ends up. Okay, remember I said like the astrologer in the fraud version meets a very interesting fate. I wasn't talking about this scene.
Okay.
If he ends up where the astrologer is, that's going to be really funny.
Okay, that's good.
But yeah, that'll be in later chapters. For now, this has been another episode of The Devil's Details. I've been Lester Ryan Clark. You can summon me on all the socials as Lester Ryan Clark.
And I've been Keenan Diaz, and you can invoke me on Letterboxd and Instagram as Howdy Keenan.
Yeah, find more of our shows and other really cool podcasts at truestory.fm. Or feel free to drop us a message at Banana for Scale Mail, that's MAIL, at gmail.com. We got our Facebook listener group, Banana for Scale. It's a community for all of our shows, including this one. It is a private group. Just request to join, and we'll let you into the infernal family. If you want more, consider joining us at truestory.fm/join and look for Banana for Scale. That's us. You get bonus episodes of all our shows, access to our Discord, and you get your episodes a week early and ad-free. Pretty cool, just $5. Wouldst thou like to live deliciously? We're not even asking for your souls. Just give us a 5 pentagram rating on iTunes or Spotify or wherever you listen to our show. That and sharing the show by word of mouth or on social media is going to help our little podcast grow and find more cool people like you. All right, folks, until next week, love and hisses. Mwah.